Welcome back. I'm Feroda Moonrunner. Today we're talking remix. Last year, the World of Warcraft team surprised us with Mists of Pandaria Remix, an event focused on quickly leveling new overpowered characters that could smash through content while testing out new abilities and earning cosmetics. I had a lot of fun and quickly built an alt army of time runners. Today, we're only a few weeks away from the launch of Legion Remix, and it now seems likely that expansion remixes will continue or even repeat over time. Mists of Pandaria Remix and Legion Remix already look to be quite different from each other. I suspected that the remix branding would be used for different types of experiments, but the differences between the two versions seem to have caught a lot of fans off guard. I've seen a lot of disappointment that Legion Remix is so different from its predecessor, even after some of the latest changes. That got me thinking about what I want Remix to be. What should stay the same each time, and what should be different? So let's get going. Mists of Pandaria Remix was timed perfectly. It finished just before the launch of the War Within and the introduction of the account-wide warband system. Warbands incentivized leveling and playing alts more than ever before, and I made the most of the fast leveling opportunity that Mists of Pandaria Remix gave me to expand my access to max level characters for the first time. I leveled 8 new characters to max level. I spent extra time with classes I usually ignore. I played a Demon Hunter for the first time ever. By the end of Remix, I had access to at least one level 70 character of every class. I want everyone to have the opportunity to use Remix to expand their play options, and that brings me to my first point. We are flooded with new ways to level characters. I have a permanent 25% experience point buff awarded as a bonus for leveling other characters. Time walking dungeons award tons of experience, and the Winds of Mysterious Fortune event seems to come around every season now. But Remix should be faster than all of that. I am a strong advocate for giving us more options to level slower. I want better story modes to make playing older expansions more fun, and access to solo versions of old raids that are engaging without letting me one-shot everything. But Remix is not the time for any of that. Remix is about leveling fast and experimenting with crazy new ideas that might never be a good fit for the normal game. If the average player could wait for Time Walking Week and level faster than a remix, then the remix is not working as it needs to be. But I still think there's room to tell a story. Each remix is a great opportunity to expand your alt army, but it's also a good opportunity to remind everyone about important plot points. The World Soul Saga has received a lot of attention for being the first trilogy of expansions with a connected storyline. But it's important to remember that Warcraft's story has always been connected. The main story arcs from Mists of Pandaria through Shadowlands are easy to follow, and Dragonflight is an obvious prologue to the War Within and the World Soul Saga. Along the way, there will always be unresolved storylines or important beats that need to be remembered. Sending players back to past expansions temporarily is a great way to remind us what we need to know. Mists of Pandaria Remix is an odd choice for this. I do not see a clear reason to revisit the stories of Pandaria for the War Within. My best guess is that the devs wanted us to remember how the remains of old gods can affect the nearby environments and people. The story of Legion Remix is a more obvious fit for the World Soul Saga and Midnight. It includes the introduction of the Army of the Light, Locust Walker, and Xalatath. It also includes the return of Turalian and Ilaria, and it ends with Sargeras' sword in Silithus. There are plenty of stories that are worth revisiting. On the other hand, a lot of the early story beats are less important, as far as we know. I think it would be smart for future remixes to modify the campaign to focus on the most important stories only. I would also appreciate new quests in each remix, and my understanding is that there may be some new Infinite Dragonflight quests, or at least new story information, in Legion Remix. I think an obvious choice for the third remix is Wrath of the Lich King. We're returning to Northrend in The Last Titan, and it features the introduction of Ulduar and everything that comes with it. However, going back to a very old expansion like Wrath of the Lich King introduces new challenges that I think Remix is uniquely positioned to address. If you have played World of Warcraft for more than a few years, you almost certainly have nostalgia for at least one past expansion, and it can be exciting to hear that one of your favorites is being revisited. But you can still play that experience now. When you do, you're likely to find that it feels a little rough. The game has changed a lot, and the further back you go, the rougher it might feel. Remixes are an awesome opportunity to fix those rough edges by introducing something new. Miss of Pandaria Remix gave us the infinitely upgradable cloak and new ability gems, and Legion Remix has a new take on the Legion artifact weapon talents and abilities. Both ideas give some new life to older content, and I want more of it. What I really want from Remix is for the developers to try out crazy new ideas. Legion Remix has a heroic tier for some world content. What else could we add to the world of older continents? I want the developers to show me the concepts they left behind as too unorthodox for the main game. I want to see classes change to include new abilities or even new roles. Season of Discovery experimented with some of the obvious ideas, but I want the developers to take it even further. As long as the leveling is fast and they give me a good reason to revisit the content, the crazy experiments are the number one reason I'm coming back to play each remix. I want to see World of Warcraft in a way I haven't seen before. Thanks for taking the time to watch all the way to the end. Please consider liking the video or subscribing to the channel to help me out. Lots of folks have been enjoying my rundown of all the Blood Elves you should know for Midnight. Consider watching that one next. Farewell.